wish I knew. First of all, to be better Christians. It's interesting, the best evangelists in the church tend to be the newest Christians. Why? Because they've not had time to become cynical. And they are like the woman at the well, come see a man who told me everything I ever did. And so you become a new Christian, it's just, wow, this is great. And you want to tell people. You don't tell people because you've done a program telling you how to tell people. You tell people because for the same reason that when you fall in love with somebody and you're a young man and you're floating on air. It's like when my son was born, I remember walking along the streets of my Highland village at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I felt like I was floating on air. Now, everybody who I bumped into, even at that time in the morning, said, "Oh, your son was born." I said, "How did you know?" And they burst out laughing. I said, "Look at you." Well, I think a new Christian you look at and you say, wow, okay, there's something going on there. So, ironically, the best way for churches to equip Christians to be better evangelists is to preach the gospel to the Christians so that the Christians are more stunned and awed at the beauty and the wonder of Jesus Christ and instinctively want to share it. Now, that for me would be a basis. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. But I would go a little bit further and I would say, in today's world, most preachers should be providing answers to questions that people ask through their preaching. I would also say it's probably a good idea for a church. In my organization, Solas, one of the things that we do is we go to churches and help train people in persuasive evangelism. Now, it's a bit contradictory because I don't believe people can be trained in the core things, but I do believe that you can train them in some of the more peripheral things, which gives them confidence. So churches need to preach the gospel to themselves, they need to live the gospel, and they need to provide, I would suggest, intellectual stimulus and practical engagement and examples, and collectively as a church to do it. And by the way, I'll throw this in as just a last thing with that one. I have severe doubts about ministers who say that they are not evangelists. I'm not sure how you can be a minister of the word and not to some sense be an evangelist. And if you're not, you cannot expect your congregation to be.